Hello, hello, welcome. This is Maniac Tim from Maniac Sports. How's everybody doing today on this Sunday after the Super Bowl? 1 week passed and Super Bowl is over. Time for teams to start preparing for the next year in the Super Bowl. One of the questions, the main question of today is this season, did the Lions go far enough for you? You know, are you guys satisfied with how far the Lions made it, or does it give you a hunger for more? Does it give you more determination to get to that Super Bowl? Will you guys be satisfied without, if they never win the Super Bowl or never go to the Super Bowl? For me, hey, I think it's incomplete. I gotta. I mean, yeah, nobody really totally expected them to go to the Super Bowl this year. Uh, I think they did what they should have done. I think they did what we all expected them to do. But I think, as far as the old saying, one before I die, at least one before I die, just one. I think there's still unfinished business there. They still got a lot to prove yet. Uh, I mean, great turnaround. I'm not knocking them for what they did, but I'm just saying, hey, you know, to me, I don't think it's over. It's not over with for me. It's not over with for, I'm sure, a lot of Detroit Lions fans. Uh, it's just, to me, there's still some unfinished business left on the field. We've been in the conference championship before, in the NFC, yeah, conference championship before. We have gotten that far. Uh, of course, this time it was a lot more competitive game than back in the last time when we had the run and shoot. I mean, it was actually a lot more competitive, and we actually won two playoff games, but we still got held out of that Super Bowl, you know. So I think that next year is going to tell a lot as far as in the grit and in the ability of this team, in the rebuilding. It's going to tell us a lot next year what goes on, what they do, of course, what they do in the off season, you know, um, that's going to really reflect a lot as far as in how far they go, you know, because hey, to me, there's still, and I'm sure a lot of you Lions fans agree, there's still a lot of unfinished business, and you just think if the Lions could actually make it to a Super Bowl, what this would bring to Detroit, you know. Uh, I think it would bring a lot of bring a lot of fans. It would fulfill the dream of all the fans that have been with them for so long, as well as the new ones. You know, attendance at the Ford Field would keep rising. Uh, just for them to compete in the South. But if they could ever make it past that threshold, past that point, which has evaded them so much over the years, since there's been the Super Bowl. I don't care about the Bobby Lane curse. I don't care about that stuff. I just care about getting it done, bringing them into the fold, becoming a champion. This is what, yeah, great. They won the NFC North. That's great. First time ever they did it. You know, I mean, like I say, I'm never gonna take anything away from them uh, for doing that. But I'm just saying, to me, it's not finished yet. It's not finished until they get that Super Bowl win, until they get that chip. You know, Uh, it can be done. It really can be done. That's for sure. I mean, there's ways. You know, they were so close this year. Okay, you know, and I think they got a lot of belief in themselves. I mean, yeah, the NFC North is going to be probably, I think, a lot harder next year. It's going to be a lot more competitive next year. Uh, uh, it is. It's going to be. Kirk Cousins is not. You know, if he's quarterback, you know, he's not going to be out the whole. You know, most of the season like it was this season. So you got to look at Minnesota will probably be better next year. Jordan Love has came to his own. Chicago, who knows what they'll be with their, you know, with their two first round draft choices, one being in the very first draft choice, you know, and then you get, you know, and you still got the Lions that are here that are. I don't think this is a one season shut up. I don't think so. You know, to me, what Matt, you know, next year, I don't care if they win the NFC North as long as they make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, look, you know, and hats off to Green Bay for almost making it to the NFC Championship, but from going ahead and being able to regroup, you know, and after a dismal start, I mean, they had a dismal start. Let's just face it, and then to come back and to make it, you know, to play the you know, one of the teams that actually appeared in the Super Bowl. You know, I do think that the Lions need to shore up and get. I really want to see the Lions get another edge rusher, real, another guy to be opposite Aiden Hutchinson. You know, and I know things are a little bit up in the air with Frank Ragnow right now, saying he might retire due to injuries and stuff like that. Lions need to go ahead and sign some people. There's a lot of free agents that are coming up right now. You know, but see, one thing that has been good and good teams find ways of winning. You know, and that's, you know, this team has a lot of grit. This team has increased uh, as far as in every year that they have had Dan Campbell. You know, I mean, his first year, yeah, only 3.5 games. You know, 3 wins, 1 tie. You know, second year, uh, you have a winning season, go 9-8. Third year, you go to the NFC Championship game, lose by 30 points. There isn't much closer you can get to the Super Bowl than what the Lions got. You know, so you know, it's am I saying the Super Bowl is a guaranteed thing next year? I'm not saying that. I gotta hope so. I hope they can get to it. I hope they can. I hope we'll just keep seeing the Lions grow. We'll get to see in April what the Lions do in the draft. You know, I think if the Lions choose an offensive player, the first round, you know, their first player in the draft, I think people are going to be scratching their heads and saying, "Well, what's going on here?" You know, because you know we all know that the Lions need defense. The Lions, but hey, there's been some talk about them taking another. Hey, Grandizer 12, how's it going? How's it going? I'm doing all right. Can you hear me? I'm just saying that I'm I'm saying that the Lions, to me, need to keep winning and need to get further than what they have. Uh, I'm giving credit for what they did this year, for sure. but I'm saying the desire is not over yet. They have not got that chip yet, that Super Bowl. They have not been there. Uh, so that's what I'm saying. Uh, so I mean, this is what I want to see, and I want to see the Lions get. I want to see the Lions get, and I want to see the Lions get either in free agency or in the draft. I want to see them get another edge rusher opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. You know, I think if we see the Lions go, you know, pick another offensive player the first round, and in the first round of the draft, I think that it's going to surprise and probably anger a lot of people if they do. You know, when you need cornerbacks, you need to shore up the offensive line. And we don't know what's going to go on with Frank Ragnow now. Our center. Who knows what's going to go at now? I mean, yeah, if there's a offensive center as good as him, as good as him, you got to try. And if Frank Ragnow decides to retire, because of injuries, you know, you still got to be able to replace him. You know. But how you been, Grandize, as well? How have you been? But I'm saying we'll find out how the Lions go in the draft. If they keep splitting what they've been doing, if they keep splitting between all, I mean, you have the offense, defense. We all know the defense seems to be the one that the part of the ball that's working, or not the defense. The offense seems to be the part of the ball that's more complete right now, rather than and the defense seems to need help, even though they have came to get in areas. There's areas of the defense that look great, but then there's areas of the defense that really needs help, and of course that's the cornerbacks. That's the defensive line. There's those areas I think would really, they really need to look at. They really need to improve. Uh, so But how's your day going? I know Saturday or Sundays you usually have off. I hope you have a great weekend. Uh, Off to work again Monday, man. It's hard to believe this weekend's over already, just about. Uh, I can't believe it, but it is. So yeah, and listening to Good Morning Football, two of the people on Good Morning Football picked the Lions as having the second best chance of winning the going to the Super Bowl, winning it. Of course, just about everybody picked a uh, repeat by Kansas City to win the Super Bowl on Good Morning Football. They picked like their top five and stuff like that. A lot of them had the Lions third, as far as the third best team that they think to have a chance to make it in the Super Bowl. But this is all speculations. Okay. Sunday afternoon growling with Tim's Maniac sports streaming around the world. One pride. Just for the experience of it. What brings out the maniac in you? Tim's Maniac Sports. I'll tell you, Sue. Man, I went to a Grand Rapids hockey game last Saturday. Griffins. It was a pretty good game. I really didn't have time to stream uh, that Saturday at the game. It would have been nice, but it was a good game to see. I mean, the Griffins did lose in a shootout in overtime. Uh, Since Maniac Sports, hero, coach player hero of the week. Okay, okay, it needs to be, uh, needs to be Andy Reid as for your coach of the week for the Kansas City Chiefs to go ahead and of course that's would be last week because there was no hero of the week um for the Lions because they didn't play. Uh, so coach Andy Reid, I'm gonna give it to Travis Kelsey. Kelsey, I think he did good. Uh, and and on the losing team, I got to give it to player. I got to give it to Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy did he just I mean he did good for for being the quarterback that he is. I mean for the losing team, you know, in Super Bowl, I think he had a great game. Now the coaching staff for the 49ers, as far as for bum of the week, I got to give them and it's not because they took the ball first. That is not that is not the reason because I can see why they took the ball first because if they both would have tied on that first after the first possession, you know, um, and then it would have went into sudden death after the third possession, then the uh, then they would have had they had the chance to have the ball one more time if they would have either scored a touchdown instead of field goal or been able to stop Kansas City and held them to the field goal in their first possession. But main exports coach player bum of the week. Yeah. So the bum of the week as far as for coach, I need to say not have and this is it. I'm going to give the whole 49ers crew bum of the week for not having their players know the overtime rules before that. I think they should have known, you know, and actually for them to, I mean, yeah, sure the odds are we're not, we're against having an overtime, but you got to know, you got to have your players prepared. All right, Maniac, Kojak, The Night Stalker, Season 1, Episode 10, The Energy Eater. Wow. Let's go ahead and eat up that energy. Ah, shoot. But, and, I mean, Player of the Week, yeah. I mean, Mahomes just finds ways to win. He just does. You know, bum, turnovers on San Francisco, that cost them the game too. I think. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield, and when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave, rah rah rah, go hard, win the game. With honor you will keep fame down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions. I held it pretty long time that time. But yeah, let's go Lions. Yeah. USFL will be starting up pretty soon too. So we'll get to see the Michigan Panthers playing and a new not USFL I UFL, not USFL, because they have that merge. I don't like the name. I don't like the. I think it would have been better if they just, instead of merging it, if they just would have did a working agreement with the two leagues. Uh, Lions news: Detroit Lions Jared Goff proved no voodoo over him. Sports Illustrated. Yeah, I that's for sure. Jared Goff, my God, he went ahead and he freaking. I mean, he oh man, Jared Goff. That's and I think he wants to be back in that Super Bowl. You know, um, I really do. I, I, and I think right now he's the best chance the Lions got to get back to that Super Bowl. But Detroit Lions news: defense allowed the fewest rushing yards to opposing running backs in 2003. Yahoo Sports. Yeah, they were great against the run, against running backs. The bad part was that they slacked against the when you had a running quarterback. But yeah, the they definitely they were hard to run against. So I mean, so if you look at coach of the season, you got to look at the running backs or at the defensive line coach that went ahead and actually set it up. And you also got to look at Ben Johnson too for the coach of the year. Lions dude Brian Branch gets acknowledgement on list of top young cornerbacks in the NFL. Sideline report. Cool, cool, yeah. I mean, there's so many young, talented rookies that have made impact. And that's one thing that Dan Campbell has been great at. Dan Campbell has been great at coaching his players as well as picking his players to go ahead and really, really perform. And of course, him and Brad Holmes picking these rookie class players that are playmakers. And I do think that next year, I'm looking for next year. I'm looking for Jameson Williams to have a breakout year. I'm looking for Jamar Gibbs to have a breakout year. Those two next year, I think, are going to be outstanding on the offense. And of course, you got to say downtown St. Brown, oh, that Sun God, he's just going to keep on being what he is. What he is. I mean, he's an all-star. Um, it was my work week was all right. Uh, how was your week? Work was work good. Yeah, work was good. Dinner was good. What's the latest at your house, your side of the country? Well, right now, little bit of snow, not much snow. Uh, Cold is we had a couple. Well, we had one wintry day that was really rough. I think it was Thursday for the morning, but by the time I went to work, things had cleared up, so I didn't need to drive in it. So that was a good thing. Other than that, it went good. I had the full weekend off, which was great. Uh, and I felt pretty good. So how was your life, guys? So how was your weekend? Did you have a great? Did you have a good one? Did your work week go good? Uh, I did go and see the Man and Web. uh, this week in the movies. Mhm. I to me it was like give or take. So I kind of liked it, but I thought it fell short for some of the Marvel movies. Went and seen, and then also went and seen The Land of the Bad, um, or Badlands or something like that. That was more of a war movie. Uh, I liked that one better, The Man and Web. But Lions news: former Detroit Lions Amir Abdullah, player, earned a lead role in upcoming movie. Click on Detroit. Wow. Hey, cool. Cool. Wow. Awesome. 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 That's that's great. But yeah, I'll tell you, I don't know. Okay, do you think did you see the Iron Claw? Did you like it when he wrestled? I did see the Iron Claw. I seen that a few weeks ago. I liked the movie. I was talking about a family that seems to be cursed. That was a family that seemed to be cursed. Um, I grew up, where watching a little bit of the Von Erichs and stuff like that because that was before wrestling. That was before wrestling became big. You know, and they started to form and all that other stuff, and that was when the NWA was actually, the major league of professional wrestling. You know, uh, but tragedy followed that family. Uh, too too much, and but I thought it was a decent movie. Did you like it when he brought out the Iron Claw? Yep, and people would get very scared of it. They would feel pain just saying he is going to bring out the Iron Claw. Oh yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, he had the Iron Claw that was, yeah, I know. It was something. I know. I guess there's gonna be the WWE is gonna be coming to Battle Creek in June, I think it is. Do you have an Iron Claw impersonation? Oh man, I need a haircut. I do need a haircut. I tried to get one today, but I was too late to get in line. Uh, Especially after the movies, because they closed. Oh, yeah, I know that Iron Claw was one of the things Jim used to he used to do some backyard wrestling and stuff like that too. And I know he had a pretty good darn headlock because I mean we just uh, he put me in at one time just for the heck of it, and I'll tell you that you know the way and he called it the death lock. He never wrestled professionally or in a league or anything like that, but I'll tell you he could clamp down on the on the he could clamp down pretty good with a headlock. He knew how to do it pretty good, actually, real good. Yeah, my hair is long. I need I need a haircut. That's for dang sure. That's for dang sure. I do need a haircut. But maybe tomorrow I'll get out there and get one. Like I said, I after I got done with the movie, I was gonna go to Sports Clips, and it was what it was almost 3 o'clock. Well, it was 3 o'clock, or it was 2 o'clock, and they closed at 3, and so I couldn't even get an appointment. So it's like, but yeah, I gave you the iron claw. Okay, I gave the iron claw on my sister's leg, right above the knee. She was super ticklish there. She was eating a rat. She got the iron claw there and went bonko. LOL. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, you did that to your sister. Oh boy. Oh man. Wow. There was nobody out. I mean, that Iron Claw, that family had that down pat, you know. So did you actually see the movie The Iron Claw? I mean, I seen that. I did see that weeks ago, so it's not as fresh in my mind. Uh, so I mean, it's been at least a month when I seen it. But I do know that it was like, yeah, it's that family was cursed, big time. If you want, it's just one, all their sons except one basically, you know, either killed themselves or got, you know, died in some form. I think she took a candy that was mine. She knew it was mine too. Oh yeah, so was she your older sister or your younger sister? Siblings do like to fight though, and so you put up. Wow. So Bridie sisters. She took a candy and she knew it was yours. So you put the iron claw on her knee. Okay. All right. At least it was your older sister. I know my brother. He had one hell of a temper, and that guy could fight. Oh, he could fight. Uh, Me and my brother had gotten into when we were young. We had gotten into fist fights like crazy. We were very two different teams. I would highly recommend it. I it was a good move. It was I would recommend that over Man and Web. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna recommend anybody see Man and Web. If you're to me, it fell short for Marvel movies, and I didn't like it. But see, I get this thing where I pay by a month to go see 3 movies a week if I can. Where's your older brother now? He's actually uh, in Kansas now. Yeah, he lives in Kansas. He's I know he's rooting for the Lions. He would, but I know he had given up on the Lions a long time ago before, and he was a Denver Bronco fan for so many years. Even before because he really liked John Elway. So yeah, he But yeah, he moved to Kansas quite a few years ago. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Detroit fan man? How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, I heard Brandon Webs was quite. Yeah, and I gotta agree. It was not. It felt to me. It felt short. It felt way short of what I was expecting a Marvel movie to be. So it's and so I don't know if they'll just think that just go ahead and think in a sequel that they might have of that movie because I don't see where it's going to be making Disney any money. So but who knows? Who knows what Disney will do? Uh, yeah, this is the entertainment parts of Maniac Sports Detroit fan man. We talk about other stuff too sometimes. Uh, but yeah, uh, I'm sure it was fake news. I heard something where Gibbs signed and was going to leave the Lions. Uh, Signed another EU team to. I know. I'm sure that was fake news. But like I said, I think the next year, I I just for something telling me next year, I think the two players that's going to be breakout seasons next year. It's going to be of course Mark Gibbs and Jameson Williams. I just think on offense you're going to see you know I think you're going to see a lot more design plays, a lot more scores by those two, uh, which is just going to bring this offense up more. You said your brother has a bad temper. If you tell him, will he? Okay, if you tell him you will give him the iron claw over the phone, he will get really angry. Uh, not like that. No, it's just his temper might have died down a little bit now. You know, I know when we were growing up, he was really quick to anger. News. I want to say Brown is in majors. Detroit Lions contract discussion with superstar wide receiver paid him $1 million in breakout 2023 U.S. Sun. Hey, yeah, him and his shoot, St. Brown, my gosh, he so the draft crush for 29, the new draft crush. Don't resign Jonah draft and OT Kinsey. Oh wow, with number 3 on the annual freak list. Let's play OG until Decker retires. What do you all think? I think that sounds darn good. That's for 29. Don't resign. Yeah, don't resign your own draft. All right, Lions news. Connect to Elite Pass Protection. Kevin, I'm sorry I'm bad at reading last name. Coming off his first pro season, the heavy. Tim was there. Wow, cool. Center. And let him play offensive guard until Decker retires. Yeah, I would. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think I would do the same. I really do. Uh, Lions news: three contracts holding for Detroit Lions running back sideline right now. And there were three contracts holding for Detroit back right now. I know I put in a running back, but you know what? Yeah, the Lions need to get they need to get these definitely get some people signed, tied up, and just get. So what? So Grant, isn't Zenner 34 years old? I hope we stay young. Yep. I like to sign Bryce Huff from the Jets. He's 20. Yeah. Hey, youth and strength has a lot to be said. I mean, yeah, right. And that's then you have them for a while. One of the things that the Lions have done in the past that was wrong is they have signed players that were over the hill and past their prime. So if you keep young, like you're saying there, uh, yeah, yeah, 33, 34 ish, Kevin Zenner. Yeah, because your body, I mean, especially in football, your body wears out. I mean, all this contact that you get year after year after year after year after, oh gosh. So, I mean, that's why it's not such a longevity sport because, this is much, I mean, heck, your body works better anyway when you're younger, you know, or when you're at your prime at least. So, yeah, definitely we want to keep them young and healthy as long as we got as long as they got speed and knowledge too. That's one thing that you need is speed and knowledge uh, and technique. You know, but we have seen where being young doesn't mean you're dumb. I mean there's been a lot of breakout young players on especially in the NFL this year and other years too. So and on our own Lions team, there's been so yeah, let's just go ahead and keep, yeah, like you're saying, keep the young guys in there, the healthy guys, because you lose, as age goes on, you lose a step or two, and then you're not as dominant. I mean, that was one of the reasons what really, what really shocked me so much as far as how much Green or the Jets were willing to give up for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, yes, Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback and stuff like that, but he's seen his better days. And hey, he may be 1, 2 years, you know, but we've seen what happened, to Aaron Rodgers this year. His first deal with the Jets didn't go too well. So that's why we told with you with keeping this team young. Hey, yeah, you guys are watching Maniac Sports. This is Tim. This is Maniac Tim. Uh, what brings out the maniac in you? And the big question is, did the Lions do enough this year, or do you want more in the coming years? Do you want to see that? Do you want to see more NFC North titles? Is that is that going to satisfy, or do you think that will you not be satisfied until they actually get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl? I'm saying my hunger is for them to still get to that Super Bowl and win that Super Bowl. That's what I'm looking at. I'm going to need more anyway. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, and there's, I mean, this with the way the salary caps go and stuff like that. You know, you got to, you got a window right now. And this window for them to get to the Super Bowl, it it can shorten up. You know, so you gotta you gotta get you gotta get to the we we dee he we always in the jungle, the mighty jungle. Tim's lion sleep tonight. The jungle, the quiet jungle. Tim's lion sleep tonight. Get that? We need to wake their asses up. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. You gotta be awake. That's what we gotta do. We gotta be awake. My hunger is for a championship 3 feet, 24, 25, and 26. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love the way you think. I love the way you think. That would be just so awesome if the Lions not only made it and won the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, knocked the Chiefs right out of their chances to win 3 years in a row by going there and yeah, I I'll tell you what, that would big time, big time, big time just bring out the maniac in me and just kind of just shoot. I mean, it would bring out. I love that. I yes, yes. And you know what? If any team can do it, I think the team that they put on the field, I think the hunger that is with these young guys, with with this Detroit Lions team that we got right now, and I think with Brad Holmes being the general manager and stuff like that, and Dan Campbell, being our coach, I just think that shoot. I mean, look at how much you just was that one statement. How much you got me excited, man. Just for the experience. You know, I that would championship 3 Pete 24, 25, 26. OMG, OMG. That would be awesome. That would be great. And that would be just totally believable because I'm not going to say unbelievable because I believe in my Detroit Lions. And yeah, for them to become a dynasty, for the Detroit, I mean, that would definitely make us a dynasty if they did that. Oh my gosh. Ah, man, I love that. I definitely love that. Definitely. Be selling and profiling. uh, and when has, I mean, heck, the last, there's never been a Super Bowl team to do a three-peat in at all. And of course, Chiefs were the last Super Bowl team to do a repeat. When was the last NFC team to do to actually do a repeat in the Super Bowl. Was that the 49ers? Because I know, I know the before that maybe the Patriots might have had a repeat, but other than that, there has not been a lot of NFC teams that have done that. I know Dallas did it a while back ago, very while back, but to have that repeat, I mean, OMG, that would, uh, and to have a three-peat, gosh, you got me. I thought I set the bar high. I know you set it higher than I did. Oh wow! Definitely. Thank you guys. You guys are watching Tim's Maniac Sports. I'm your host, this, along with everybody else. Uh, okay. Draft according to Tankathon, Detroit Lions 12-5. Currently, draft position is at 29th overall in the first round of the 2024 draft. Yeah, 29th overall pick, and that just shows how good they have became, over the last 2 years. Because just think, 2 years ago we had the second overall pick because the Lions were that bad. So how quickly they have became from how quickly they have grown. And, last year they even grew. I mean, last year it was over the 18th or something overall. Their pick, they had the Rams pick that was a lot earlier than ours, I think. Uh, but if they heck if they just keep on increasing, man, just keep increasing, just keep keep increasing their ability to win, their ability to play, get you know 29th. And hey, what would you do? What would you try if there was somebody earlier in the draft that you wanted? What would you give up? Who would you give up? Would you give up future draft capital to get that? And do you think that? Do you think the Lions are going to give up? Brad Holmes and the Lions are going to give up draft capital to move down in the draft. You know, so far in the draft, they have been able each year in the draft they have been able to get the players they wanted. You know, each year. So, God, I got to quit yawning. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the yawning. I do appreciate that. Or I do appreciate that. I do appreciate you guys tolerating my yawning. But yeah, you guys are watching Maniac Tim at Tim's Maniac Sports and also the other outlets. You guys, of course, can find me on X. You can also find me on Maniac Sports YouTube, Tim's Maniac Sports YouTube. I do got two channels that I'm broadcasting on right now, and also Maniac Sports Twitch. Then my Facebook groups too, and I also started airing on Detroit Lions on the Proud YouTube too. Because I'm not gonna Facebook. I mean not YouTube, Facebook. I'm not gonna. I mean I do have access to um, the what I could do it on YouTube, but I wouldn't do that without talking to you about first. Uh, but yeah, I'm just really looking forward to seeing. And it's like the season's over now, And of course, it's the building for the next season. But still, man, I already miss the NFL. I do. I there's just something about when you wait so long and there's so few of games, you know, in the NFL. I mean, where did I get this? Unless there is a real steal at 29. I always took I always look to trade down. Start drafting in the third looks to draft players who are projected higher. Low risk, high reward. True. Filling holes, developing players as well. And that's one thing the Lions have been able to do is develop the players for sure. And we do got holes. We get and you one thing with between the salary cap and between free agency and also people getting hurt and needing to retire, you need players that's going to be able to step up and take places when people get hurt. So you always got to keep developing for the future, for sure. You know, and then there's still some holes that need to be plugged because heck, if we got that, if we get a fierce pass rush, you know, if we get somebody opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, man, that can really just get to the quarterback. I mean, what would that mean? What would it mean to Lions? Or if you could get a couple shutdown corners. I mean, that's what would that mean to this defense? If the defense if the defense could get the skill players that the offense has, man, this team would be Super Bowl bound. It would be hard not to be. Basically in just those two positions. If they could keep the offense out where they were at the last couple of years and get the defense to be at least a top 10 overall defense, man. Yeah, I would like to see them top 5 overall defense. Then you'd be looking at really being 100% Super Bowl contenders. And I'll tell you, you gotta give Sheila Amp some awesome credit on how she has stepped in and did the job and brought in people that will actually hold themselves accountable and change this team to a winning team. You know, they did. I mean, she may not, she's not going to be like Jerry Jones and be meddling. No, she got the people around her, surrounded the people that would go ahead and knew football and knew what the Lions needed. And a lot of these players, a lot of these coaches are former players. A lot of the front office people, like Chris Spielman, former player. She also got, you know, she also got Calvin Johnson back, at least sort of with the line. She also got Barry Sanders. She helped heal that breakup so long. And then you got former Lions players that so much want to see this team succeed. I mean, my hats off and my thanks to Herman Moore with Lions Nation Unite. Oh my God. call her up right now. See how she is. If I had her phone number, I would, man. Could you imagine? Man, you know what? I would love to see what brings out the Maniac and Sheila. I would real. That would be just, man. I so many people have said over the years, oh, the Fords, all they do is just care about having butts and seats. And as long as they're not losing money on the lines, well then, hey, they're not going to care. They're not going to be able to win the game. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you Lions fans have heard it, but Sheila, that first year, when she took over, and when she said the record is what it is, when she said, you know, you could tell that she was, when she gave that Thanksgiving Day, after Lions lost Thanksgiving Day, uh, when we still had Matt Patricia and stuff like that, and you could tell she was embarrassed about the Lions record because she wanted more. She wanted more. So an owner that cares about winning, an owner gives that basically gives a crap about the fans. I mean, yeah, she overcharged us. I think especially in the Sheila Ford on Tim Maniac Sports. Yeah. Hey Sheila, yeah. Come on, Sheila. You have an open invitation to appear on Tim Maniac Sports anytime, any day, man. That would be just great. Oh my gosh. I would, oh man, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. I would love to have, uh, I would love to interview like Barry Sanders on here, uh, Chris Spielman. Man, I remember watching. Oh shoot, but yeah, it would be great. It would be awesome. Of course, I wouldn't mind uh, interviewing Danny Marino. That would be awesome. You know, I mean, you never know. You never know who could come on and act, and actually really push this thing. I mean, it'd be great. It'd be great. But man, I still need to give me a draft. I still need to see who I want, who I really really want in the draft, because I just really got to study and look at it, because this is just, man, the Lions taking risk, getting it done. I mean, you had people that were players that were really just balling all out, you know, balling all out this year. I mean, we beat the Rams in the playoffs. We beat the Rams. We beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs. Fortunately, I lost to the 49ers in the playoffs. But hey, maybe next year the road will go through Detroit. Wouldn't that be something if the Lions won the NFC next year got the first round bye and hosted the playoffs throughout, and then made it to the Super Bowl. Gee, that would just be just so dope. It would be just so great. And you know what? It's not above the realm of reality. You get, if they can go ahead and get the shutdown corners and another pass rusher on this defense, man, just think of it. Just think of what they could do. If they could go into Dallas and bitch slap the Cowboys, excuse the language, which I want to see them do next year, I want to see them go into Dallas and actually dominate them. Oh, win. Okay, yeah, I do mean when the Lions win the NFC North and host and host and not only North, the whole NFC. Go ahead, number one in the NFC, yeah. And then this wait, if you don't mean, I mean, yeah, that's good. You you woke my ass up there. That's great. Yeah, I think we need to increase the optimism. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Right. So could you imagine when the lights are shining on Detroit, when the NFL Network, where every one of those jokers on Good Morning Football pick the Detroit Lions because they're doing the best. They have the best record. And they go ahead and they pick them every week. The Detroit Lions to win the NFC, to be that number one seed. When the NFL is looking upon those refs to make sure that they're calling that right. And when the Lions are so good, it doesn't even matter that they're better than all the refs. When they're the team to beat, when they have other teams shaking in their boots, when the Detroit Lions go ahead and actually look at Chicago and they look at Green Bay and they don't look at them as opponents. They look at them at feeding time. They look at them as in the way and they look at them as lunch in order to go ahead and eat them up on the field and take care of the Packers, take care of the Bears, and take care of those darn Vikings and take care of the Cowboys. Oh, wow. Just think what they will be. The Super Bowl is played in New Orleans next year. It would be lame to not feature. Yeah, you're right. You are right. Yeah. Wow. Because yeah, that was yeah, Dan Campbell. Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. Exactly. To win it on the stage of where, I mean, that was one, Peyton was his mentor to win it and where he started being coached. You know, God, that would, how, OMG. I don't, man. All right. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you guys. 100%. Yeah. Wow. Oh, wow. So, with next year, man, I just can't wait. I cannot wait to see for us to start this. Oh boy, I know we gotta get the. I know they got the schedule out. They just ain't been assigned dates yet and stuff like that. Oh, but shoot. So man, it's. But yeah, so shoot. I mean, it's one. It seems like we go to. Seems like the Lions go to Dallas. But hey, Lions were real close to taking out Dallas last year. This year, this year they're going to do it. This year they're going to take out Dallas. I'm pretty sure this year at Dallas, I think they're going to beat Dallas at Dallas. I really do. I just okay. But what are you guys thinking? Oh yeah, but yeah, that'd be great for Dan Campbell to come home and actually, yeah, win the Super Bowl. Well, first play the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl in New Orleans. That would be just so superb to see. And you know what? I really want to see a lot. I want to see Ford Field get another Super Bowl. I do. What would it take for Ford Field? Will the NFL ever grant Ford Field another Super Bowl? You know, I mean, I know there was one in when it was in Pontiac. Silverdome got a Super Bowl in the '80s, and of course, Ford Field got one shortly after it was built. But I would really like to see another Super Bowl in Detroit. Not that I could really afford to go see it because that's something else. Those tickets are oh boy. But I would love to see another one in Detroit, in the city of rebuilding. And I'm sure they're going to see another one in on another Super Bowl in Detroit. Just rebuilt Ford Field, no problem. You know what would be neat? I'll tell you what, if the Lions would go, because if the Lions would go ahead and actually, if they keep up their winning and stuff like that, they could go ahead and actually rebuild and expand Ford Field, you know, to hold more seating. That would be awesome. To expand Ford Field to get more seating, more luxury boxes in there. Because look at how many, you know, I mean, you win, you get people, you get fans. You know, I mean, there was so many so many people that were Lions fans, Lions gear. I mean, there's something that brings out the pride in the state when your team wins. And this was only for going to the NFC Championship. Now just think, number one seed in the NFC. Just think how it's going to look. Just think how much more people are going. I mean, everybody at my job. They may not listen to the show, but everybody knows 100% that I'm a Lions fan. Everybody knows. So everybody was like asking me, about, was, and of course they all ask, well, what happened and all that other stuff. But shoot, hey, it just goes to show you stick. This team plays good. This team plays well. Hey, this fan base is just going to grow. And yeah, Fords, if you want to keep those season tickets selling out every year, like they sold out this year, keep a great product on the field. Because it brings in so much more revenue. So much more revenue. But yeah, I'm going to try to be on again tomorrow. Thanks everybody for coming in, joining in. Any more questions, comments? I had a great time. I had a great time. I appreciate it. Who knows? I might even come on again later on tonight. But as far as for right now, I think I'm going to close this down for right now, and then I'll come back on. Thanks everybody. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to give you guys another roar. And you know what? When I start visiting stadiums in front of the stadiums, I'm going to start trying to get other people to give me roars. That'd be awesome. Give me a Maniac roar. All right. But in saying that, hey, everybody have a great week. I hope you guys' weekend went great. Hey, let's go ahead and let's just have fun with the Detroit Lions. Have fun. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your families. And hey, the next big holiday, I guess, would be Easter. But this is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. Thanking everybody. I want to thank Granddad 12. I want to thank Detroit Fan Man. And also everybody in the chat that listened, that tuned in, that may not have said anything, but hey, I want to thank you guys for listening on the platform. I want to thank the people that listen to me on Tim Maniac Sports, and also the people that listen to me on on Twitch, Twitter, X. Hey, 313 New Breed. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, man? You keeping yourself warm over there in Detroit? Oh, oh boy. Michigan Panther games are getting closer, aren't they? Man, the UF United Football League. I, oh shoot, I'm with two conferences. Uh it just takes some getting used to. You know, I mean, I know you couldn't keep. Well, heck, the NFL when they merged with the AFL, they kept the NFL in their name. Um, but I'm excited to see how this new league is going to be. Uh, the NFL, United Football League. I can't wait. Next season, me either. Hey, we were talking about when the Lions go ahead and open up the floodgates and declare feeding time on the NFC. When they go ahead and they look at the Packers, the Bears, the Vikings, and of course we're going to go ahead and just put in the Cowboys at feeding frenzy time. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and win the NFC North. I mean NFC. Get that first round bye. Win the NFC. Go ahead and have Dan Campbell when he goes to that Super Bowl, which is being held in the Superdome in New Orleans, where Dan Campbell used to be assistant coach. What better stage for him to bring the Detroit Lions to the Super Bowl, where millions and millions of people all around the world are rooting for. I don't care what you Cowboy fans say, the new America team, the Detroit Lions. Yeah! Hell yeah! Oh yeah! As Ric Flair said, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And what you going to do? Green Bay Packers. What you going to do? Chicago Bears. What you going to do? Minnesota Vikings. What you going to do? Dallas Cowboys. When the Detroit Lions bring down the smackdown on you. And we just go ahead and we just play with our food. When Jordan Love is knocked on his butt, when Kirk Cousins is retired because he's seen stars and it's not his movie friend, his Hollywood movie friends. When Zach Prescott becomes Zach Prescott, when Justin Fields meets the field up close and personal, what you going to do when it's a Detroit Lions standing over you, holding that trophy and proving to you, and may it took time for us to get to the dance, but we're the ones that's in the dance now, and we're the ones controlling the game. And you're just our food. You're just our food. We are the Detroit Lions, the king of the jungle, king of the NFL. It's time to take our title. 2024. 2024. 2025. 2026. Like what Detroit fan man said, my hunger is for a championship three-peat. 24, 25, and 26. What you going to do when the new dynasty is the Detroit Lions? Whoa! I mean, this is a. I'm sorry. I'm not. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry one bit. I am not sorry one bit. Hell no. It took the Lions too long to get here, so I'm not. I'm not gonna apologize for them when they beat all over everybody else. Sure, it may have been some grandstanding. But yeah. But in saying that, I was just about ready to. I got some things to take care of today before work. And I got to work tomorrow. But thank you, everybody. I will. Yeah, exactly. We're not sorry, Liz. Exactly. Exactly. We are not sorry. We are not. Yep. See you later. See you later, Detroit fan, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And thank you, of course, 313 New Breed. Thank you, Steve. But this is Maniac Tim. I will be back with you guys later on this week. Hey, yeah, let's just go ahead and let's have a smashing time. Go Lions. Go Lions, man. I can't wait till next year. Too bad it's months away. Our next season, actually. Not next year, next season. All right. But this is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. Go Lions.